Broadcasting. Listen.
Are you looking for where to get the most quality and affordable furniture in Nigeria? Then look no further because Chooks Interiors is your solution. From sofas to dining sets, tables, center rugs, you name it, we have got you covered. Check out any of our showrooms at Airport Road in Ikeja, Festac, or Alaba International Market. You can also find us on Facebook and Instagram at Chooks_Interiors. That is at CHUKS_Interiors. Call or send us a WhatsApp message on 0808 017 1229. That's 0808 017 1229. And we would love to hear from you. We are Chooks Interiors and we offer quality for every budget.
You're listening to Elegbete TV and Radio.
All right, guys, good morning and welcome to the Sports Buffet on Elegbete TV Radio. My name is Edafe Matthew, so you love to come to Elegbete One of Sports. First off, Reginald is already here. Early this morning, I woke up and I saw 10 manifesto from Reginald. Reginald, thank you very much. We would read it and go through it together and see if I can answer all these your jam questions that you are doing. You are now my co-presenter. Well, everybody out there, how's your weekend? How did it go for you? If you're sports fans, go and take your greetings from the post office. If you are a West Ham fan, go to the West and get your greetings. The fans of every other club. Last weekend, I said, how ironic will it be if Chelsea ends the season above Man United or Spurs? For a team that's considered to have had a very, very terrible season by whatever standard, their own imperiously high standard, the regular football standard, and even the strugglers standard. Chelsea have had a tent building terrible season, but guess what? It's not looking like that right now. It's looking a whole lot different from Balablu. You know, it's a town hall meeting that is different right now. The way Chelsea are rising and rising. That's all. Let me say massive thank you to Dr. Arotu Joseph Ego for making it possible for us to be on air today. Thank you for the fuel money. And looking at the Premier League table now, Chelsea are in 7th. Yes, they've played one game more than Manchester United, but it changes nothing. It changes absolutely nothing because in knowing Manchester United very well, there are no guarantees that they may win. Okay, look at Chelsea's last 5 games. They won 3, drawn 1, lost 1. Man United last 5 games, they've drawn 3, won 1, and lost 1. So in reality, you can't sit where you are and say, "Oh, I give it out to Chelsea." No. West Ham have played 36 games. There are 2 games more to go. Manchester United, will be playing, I think, Coventry, Crystal Palace tonight. Yes, they'll be away at Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace does not look like a team that will fall down and die. Okay, so all of these needs to be put in perspective. You know how, Chelsea ends up above Man U, for instance. I would look at Chelsea and I'll say that Pochettino have not done badly. They have a plus 11 goal difference. Man United have a plus 1. Okay, they've scored 52, conceded 51. That's not too good for any team that is regarded as a top team. But yeah, people say that Eric Ten Hag should not be fired. Okay, so some guys asked me over the weekend, what would I do if I was the one employing coaches for Liverpool? Who would I employ, since I said that Slot is going to slide it down? Then first of all, I responded by telling him that whoever comes in will slide the club down. Right? There's nobody that who's coming. There's no elixir. There's no eureka moment in this. Anybody that comes in the club will slide down because there's going to be a rebuild. And that rebuild, last season they were rebuilding with the midfield where they lost Jordan Henderson and all the guys in that midfield. It started with the exit of Wijnaldum, the Dutch guy. Okay, Gigi Wijnaldum, and since then they've been rebuilding that midfield. But from my own assumptions, action what there is assumption. From my own assumption, I think that Liverpool are going to lose Mo Salah at the end of the season. The Jurgen Klopp is going. Slot will come in. Slot will bring in some Dutch players. Apart from Ruud Gullit, who became the first foreign manager to win the English FA Cup in England, and Gosunic. I don't think that too many Dutch coaches have come to England and have done well. We've seen what's it called? Martinho was a Dutchman, right? Martinho for Tottenham Hotspur, but hey, nobody does well with Tottenham Hotspur, not even Conte and Jose Mourinho. So maybe we'll not use that to judge, but we've also seen LVG come to Manchester United. We've seen some of that Dutch coaches come in and not do well. Dutch players come and they do well, but Dutch coaches don't really excel that much. Apart from Gullit, who also got fired in the following season, and Gosindik, not too many Dutch coaches have come in. If there's anyone you can remember, remind me. So a Dutch coach coming, Erik ten Hag is a Dutch coach. We'll see how bad this team is, and we've seen other Dutch coaches come that have not done well. I'm keeping my fingers crossed, hoping that this guy will prove me wrong. But if he doesn't prove me wrong, if it doesn't prove me, I don't expect him to prove me wrong. I think that Liverpool will go on the downward slide. Chelsea would take the opportunity to fit back into the top four. I don't think that Spurs would be able to seize that opportunity. Having said all of that, let's go to the conversation, the topic that we're discussing today. Can Chelsea players save Pochettino's job by keeping him up there? There is a whole lot of talk and different angles to the conversations that everybody's having. So I'm looking at everything that it's going on in the beautiful world of football. There is a spin around on the Victor Osimhen's impending transfer, and the way they are spinning it, it's just funny anyway. So that the options are Liverpool, Manchester United, Chelsea, Paris Saint-Germain, Bayern Munich, and FC Barcelona. Yeah, 6 clubs listed as a club. And there's also Newcastle. And then somewhere in the far distance is Arsenal, and then a stupid mention of Tottenham Hotspur. That's 9 options. Which one is the best fit for Victor Osimhen? Which one would you rather it goes to? For me, I say he should go to Paris Saint-Germain. My reasons I've stated here before and I'll state again. My reason for that is he should go to Paris Saint-Germain because it would make it easy to add another league title to his Hall of Trophies, under 17 gold, AFCON silver, AFCON bronze medal, and then Italian Serie A title, Paris, French Ligue 1 title, and then we can add more and more to that one. I mean, if he plays 3 seasons in France, he definitely might win 2, unless he goes in at the time where the reviews will be successful. But I think that he will win 2. The worst case scenario, 1, and then he cannot go to Germany again, win 1 title there, and then come and end in England. If he wins, he doesn't win, no matter. But at least that would add a lot of value to his brand. I say he's a Nigerian striker, and I want all of that for him. But I have a few other questions on the show today that I'm asking you guys. Can lead Chelsea from save Pochettino's job? With eons of coaches, countless coaches, Spurs are still the same. Would Slots Liverpool need Mo Salah the way it is right now? It's not yesterday, yes, but with all the things that have happened at Liverpool, the way the club is going, the possible rebuild that will happen immediately, Slot comes in. Would they need Mo Salah? Because again, if you have Mo Salah the season after next season, which is the 2024-2025 season, we'll be here again talking about how Mo Salah now needs to move on. Somebody else needs to come in. Why not just let him go now? Because again, Mo Salah have shown that he does not find it funny sitting on the bench. And Slot might come in and want to put him on the bench. If we understand coaches, the way coaches work, he will bring in some players from the Dutch league. And if you bring in some players from the Dutch league, he might bring in strikers, he might bring in defenders, he might bring in midfielders. Again, what's it called? Virgil van Dijk might just have that John Terry moment in the second coming of Jose Mourinho, where they were saying he's old, he should go, and then Mourinho came in and let him play every single game in that season. So, I mean, Virgil van Dijk might just be that guy. If he doesn't get injured, if he stays fit, he doesn't get carded, he might be the guy. But plus or minus, do you see Mo Salah in the conversation in the new Liverpool going forward? Even though I believe that Liverpool are going to slide down, they're not going to be going upward. I also think that Chelsea will be going upward. For Manchester United, I don't know. If they keep Eric Ten Hag, I don't think they will go upward. If they let him go, they get a better coach, they just might go up. My pick, to answer the question, my pick for Liverpool would have been Roberto De Zerbi. Not because De Zerbi would take them up, but De Zerbi would stabilize the fall so that the slide doesn't slide them into 10th or 11th or 12th, okay? But might just stabilize it somewhere, plays a good kind of football, understand the Premiership, instead of bringing in a slot who come and do a shout things to the club, and then we never know where it will end. All that many there. Let's look at some of the headlines that are there. Formula One, somebody's won his first Formula One victory after 14 podiums. Okay, Brit Lando Norris finally, 24 years of age, finally claims his first Formula One victory in Miami with Donald Trump there. Max Verstappen, was forced to settle for second in front of Donald Trump. Okay, Harry Kane fought with the father of this young man. And Roy Kane, they had their issues. As a matter of fact, he ended his career. Afi Haaland, he wrote it in his book with pride. He got sanctioned for all of that malicious tackle. But I don't think that Roy Kane is done with that family yet. He's still hell-bent on picking on Afi Haaland's son, Erling Haaland. Now, I agree that what he did was wrong. After scoring 4 goals in a game, the coach substituted you and you are angry. I don't get it. This whole player power thing, unfortunately, Erling Haaland is doing it to a coach that is a master at effing up players who think that they are not bigger than the club. So I won't be surprised if at the end of the season, Pep Guardiola says, you know what, Haaland, get out of my team. I won't be surprised, because this is about the 3rd time he's doing this. And Roy Kane calls him, he said Erling Haaland is a spoiled, let me say it like my son, my 4-year-old son will say, it's a spoiled brat, after his furious reaction to being substituted as Man United legend continues war of word with City striker before staring down Sky presenter. Okay, I don't know what you think about it. Well, my opinion is that Erling Haaland is not getting it right. Okay, it's not getting it right. I mean, you scored 4 goals. What do you really want? You've been off form for a while. So you scored 4 goals, so the whole world should end. As Arsenal star, 26th stable in hospital amid fears he had suffered a brain hemorrhage, having been unconscious for 10 minutes after being hit in the head by the ball. Oh, sorry about that one. This things happen in football. There's nothing you can do about it when it happens, but thank God he's stable. Now, Tottenham defender Radu Dragusin. This is not good because you are not a big player. I mean, Pogba and Mino Raiola, Pogba's agent and Zlatan Ibrahimovic's agent did it to Pep. But those are big players, okay? Those are big players. Tottenham defender Radu Dragusin's agent mocks Ange Postecoglou, post office Postino, over amount of goals considered as a hint player could leave if he doesn't start playing regularly. I'm talking about Ange Postecoglou. Last season, I think Tottenham Hotspur ended the season in 8th. It does look like they're not going to fall that low. It's possible they could still go down low. First of all, go down low. They could still go down low. It's not as if like they are all safe, everything is sunky-dory. But I'm saying that if they fall out of Europe, like they don't make the top 4, they're obviously not going to make the top 4. They don't make Europa. Should they continue with Ange Postecoglou? Because again, he's showing some very, very stubborn characters. They told him that, look, your team is not defending dead balls properly, it's not defending free kicks properly. Will you get a free kick coach? He said, no, I don't care about that. Okay, so a team like Arsenal that have had free kick coach have scored 24 goals off dead ball situation, and they've also learned how to defend free kick very well. So that's an advantage. But then Everton doesn't have a free kick coach. It's got 18 goals this season from free kick. But then you can argue that Everton have the tallest players in the Premier League. So a whole lot of things that you can put in this one. Harry Maguire's knee injury will keep the Man United defender out of action for 3 weeks as Eric Ten Hag sweats on England Stars fitness for FA Cup finals. You want to bring a player that's just coming back from injury to FA Cup finals against Manchester City? Well, I have nothing to say. Mohamed Salah's performance and crowd reaction show he can be part of Liverpool's post-club future, according to Joe Bernstein. Now my question is there a room? Is there any more room for him in those jeans? Yes. Is there any room for Mo Salah in the future of Liverpool? Or as a Liverpool fan or as a football fan, you think he should leave with Jurgen Klopp at the end of the season so that the new coach can start his project without him? You know, Harry Kane left, Tuchel, he had his chance to do something. What do you think? Liverpool issued warning over players' contract as Dennis Sturridge demands new deal for local lad Trent Alexander-Arnold, while Jimmy Redknapp insists 2 other stars could leave this summer. Okay, there are players in the team that might just leave the club if they don't get what they want. Eric Ten Hag demands another big spending summer if he's not sacked by Manchester United, with 2 players targeted for 1 position as he complained about January investment. Okay, so he said they didn't invest well in January, but they should do it in this coming window. So we will see how it be. Okay. Wow. Sorry, I was trying to reply to AB Yomo from Arise Television, Arise News. Okay, the sports, the girl that presents, that beautiful girl that presents sports there. Right. Where was that? There are so many stories like that. And then there is the transfer gist that is running up on this Monday. There's Gabriel Jesus in the story. There's Thomas Partey. There's Ten Hag. There's Tuchel, as they call him, Wilson, Sancho, Greenwood, Phillips, a whole lot. Let's start from where we are and take it up from there. Arsenal are ready to listen to offers to sell Brazil forward Gabriel Jesus 27 this summer. Ghana midfielder Thomas Partey 30 and Jesus are said to be on the radar of several clubs in Saudi Arabia, with lucrative contract being lined up for the Arsenal do. I beg, let them go. Outgoing Bayern Munich coach Thomas Tuchel is the leading candidate to be the next Manchester United manager as the Premier League club look to replace Eric Ten Hag. Okay, all of you said that he would not be fired. They are not having candidates to replace him. Ten Hag, meanwhile, is on the list of candidates to succeed Tuchel at Bayern in the summer. Let them just do exchange. But Jesus Christ, Bayern, are you people really serious right now? Is it because you couldn't get Xabi Alonso? Or did Xabi Alonso say he need 1 more season? So you're going to go and hire somebody that you can easily fire? Because again, I don't think Eric Ten Hag can do anything at Bayern. I'm sorry. I mean, it's not like I'm not hating on anybody else. I just don't think he's such a good coach. Could coach some upcoming young players. It's like Nigeria ex-international. They're good with coaching on the 17 players, but after that, it's hard. Okay, but let's say I go. Newcastle striker Callum Wilson's future remains uncertain, with the 32-year-old Englishman strongly linked with a move away from St. James's Park. It's 32. If you move away, there's no problem. No, see. Borussia Dortmund wants to keep on loan England winger Jadon Sancho 24 this season, but a permanent move from Manchester United is currently unlikely and not affordable for the German side. Okay, even with the yellow wall, with all that money that they pay, it's still not affordable. Okay, Manchester United are hoping to raise 100 million by selling Sancho and England forward Mason Greenwood 22 this summer, but hey, they say they can't. So maybe some of that club, Real Madrid might decide, you know what, let's go get Sancho. Sancho does look like a guy that can come in and put some good balance, in that team. United had talks with Sancho in March during his loan spell at Dortmund, and the player is not looking like he wants to come back. Sorry. Especially if Eric Ten Hag is there. But I can tell you, Sancho, I can tell you for free, Eric Ten Hag will not be Manchester United coach next season. Not even during the preseason. Just take my word for it. Come, let me advise you. Don't go back to Man United, but not because of Eric Ten Hag. Ten Hag will not be the coach. They will lose the FA Cup, and the next morning they will tell him we are parting ways mutually. The only reason why they are not even discussing it right now is like, okay, the coaches, who's the coach that they would employ that will not require them paying big money to break his contract. So if Thomas Tuchel is available for free, why not? Let's go for him. That's the way it's going to work. Stuttgart Guinea striker Saul Guirassy says today has emerged as a target for Arsenal as Mikel Arteta looks to bolster his attacking option. I like him, but I would have preferred Zikezi more because Guirassy is a good player. I don't know. England midfielder Kevin Phillips hopes of rejoining Leeds United this summer depends on the airline side earning promotion back to the Premier League. Are they coming? I'm not sure. Okay, Ipswich Town have, and Leicester already gained that promotion, so maybe they will coming through the road of the playoff. Aston Villa are close to signing Atletico Madrid defender Mario Amoso, who is 28 years of age. And then you have AC Milan, who are considering signing 24-year-old Canadian forward Jonathan David from Lille in the summer transfer window. That's all we've got in the transfer gist and rumor this morning. If you have something else, put it in the comment section. We will discuss it as we go. Having said that, I've got the manifesto, Reginald's manifesto. Let me put it that way. Okay. My daughter is chatting me up. All right, so let's go to Reginald's manifesto. Plenty. Reginald, can you not turn this thing to 5? What's with the 10? You. Okay, so let me first start with reading everything. They say, hello, Daphne, Reginald here. What is your idea of a good person? Okay. Number 2, what can take Spurs from shit to competitors and winners? 3, you seem to know practically everything. No, I don't. Are there things you don't know? A lot of things that I don't know. I don't know nuclear physics. I don't know a lot of things. I don't know how to dance. I can't sing to save my life. A lot of things I don't know. Okay. Number 4, if Mikel Arteta don't win the Premier League, would that be failure by your standards? No. Number 5, outside the top 4, which other team and coaches have truly impressed you this season? Sean Dyche and Everton. Oh God, those people have impressed me with all the, they are the typical example. For the very first time, I see a football club that typify that word. Many are the afflictions of the righteous, but the Lord delivered him from them all. Okay. Number 6, who were your childhood heroes? I don't think I don't think I have that kind of like I don't know. What are my childhood heroes? I don't know. My childhood heroes used to be arm robbers. So they used to be thief, arm robbers. I used to like them because when they come to drive motor, they were nice, they give me gifts, but they were all arm robbers. Aki, Turobo, Bernard, Obushi, all those guys. They were all arm robbers. They all died in the hands of police. They're all gunslingers like that. I used to help them keep guns back in the day. Number 7, I would like to suggest that you do a type of monthly giveaway. Just randomly pick one of the members of the viewing live audience, collect their account information, post it on the designated day, and everyone that is interested will credit the person during the show. Think about it. It's you guys that will have to vote on that one. It's you guys that will have to vote. It's not me. If you guys agree with it, we tried it one time with Eze Patrick, but nobody complied, so I just stayed on my own. Number 8, if you need the judge calls you to join his backroom staff, would you join? No. He's asking me something similar. When we were talking, he asked me something similar, and I told him no. What would you classify as success for you as a YouTuber? I'm coming. Who do you credit for all the many successes of your life from birth to now? Damn. Now let us see this Reginald. Reginald Akmeas. I'm sure I don't know to say Reginald Akmeas. I need to take a little break. When I take this break, my lose sneeze, then I'll come back. I will answer all the questions. I'll go back to the questions again and I'll answer them. Just give me a little break. Hello, everybody. What's up, people? My name is Timmy Dakolo, and you're listening to Elegbete TV Radio. Stay tuned.
TV radio. Ready for you. Broadcasting. Listen.
Are you looking for where to get the most quality and affordable furniture in Nigeria? Then look no further because Chooks Interiors is your solution. From sofas to dining sets, tables, center rugs, you name it, we have got you covered. Check out any of our showrooms at Airport Road in Ikeja, Festac, or Alaba International Market. You can also find us on Facebook and Instagram at Chooks_Interiors. That is at CHUKS_Interiors. Call or send us a WhatsApp message on 08 017 1229. That's 0808 017 1229. And we would love to hear from you. We are Chooks Interiors and we offer quality for every budget.
You're listening to Elegbete TV and radio.
The fact that I say somebody did do show a piece for body, I needed to go and relieve myself. Okay, so let's come back to Reginald's and our plenty question. Let's start with number one. What is your idea of a good person? I don't really have an idea of a good person. Everybody is good and everybody is bad. Everybody is good, is bad. It's the lion and the lamb and the lion, right? So it's the one that you feed that comes to the fore eventually. So if you choose to be good, it's a choice that you make. If you choose to be bad, it's a choice that you make. That's one part of you because everybody have the capacity to be good and the capacity to be bad. But there's this thing my mom used to say when I was growing up. She would say it this way: no man is more wicked. Man made man to be wicked. Okay, she says it that in English like that, right? And I think she borrowed it. She heard it from somewhere and she mastered it, and she always say it. One of the things that I also, I say a lot is a man is a product of his environment. The type of environment people grow up determines the kind of person they will be. Take yam for instance. There are places where you plant the yam, the yield will be big. There are places where you plant it to be small, the growth will be stunted. So a man is a product of his environment. Whatever environment you put to a person, that environment might either bring the good in them or bring out the bad in them. So everybody is a good person. But my idea of a good person is a person who knows what is right and does it, and doesn't, put other people down for them to be big. People who don't quench other people's light for their light to shine. Those are good people, in my own opinion. But you say that's a subjective way anyway to live life anyway, because my opinion might be different. Some other persons will tell you if you want to be good, you have to eliminate everybody around you. So it's different. But that's my own idea. Number two, you say what can take Spurs from shit to competitors and winners. And the funny thing is, somebody asked me this question. I'm beginning to think that this Reginald is one person in the Elegbete TV family group. Asked me this question last week. Is it last week or so? Okay, so for me, I think that Spurs. If you're an Arsenal fan, it means that you would always know about Spurs. It's natural because Spurs is that one recalcitrant family member that you hate. Okay, we're all in North London, so. And they're not only the London team, but they're the ones that are very close to Arsenal, and they are very noisy, and then they are very useless. They're not noisy like Man City to Man United. This one, they're just useless. They're just idiotic and foolish. If you look in the last 30 years, Spurs have signed some better players than Arsenal have signed. The difference is Arsenal goes and sign players that have winning in their genes, in their DNA. Take for instance, when Arsenal was going to sign Anelka and Thierry Henry, those players, and Patrick Vieira, for instance, they were players that have gone through the Clairefontaine, players that are honed and machined into thinking of themselves as winners. They went to go sign a player who does not think that winning is important, David Ginola. So they signed a David Ginola who signed for AC Milan, got to swimming pool and got to Dolphin, and didn't even bother whether I was playing or not. Okay, and then they signed Klinsmann, who was one winner that they signed at the time, but was surrounded by people who are not winners and easily got drawn by the non-winning mentality. The thing about a football club is that you have to have winners in your team. They've not had coaches apart from Jose Mourinho and Antonio Conte recently. They've not really had coaches who are winners, from Wande Ramos to Martinho to whoever. What's that guy that was a coach the last time they lost 4 straight game? Jim something, Jackie Santini, yeah, 20 years ago, 2004 if I'm not mistaken. Jackie Santini, name all these guys. They've not had a winner. So Spurs wants to win. Spurs needs to be able to. They have a good project. They have a great stadium. They need to be able to go and say, you know what? Let's bring in a group of winners, maybe 4 or 5 winners who have won somewhere, and bring them in. Let them shake up that dressing room. Remember in 1995 when Arsenal signed Dennis Bergkamp? Dennis Bergkamp before Wenger came in. People don't realize this because Wenger changed Arsenal. No, it was Dennis Bergkamp first that came in and shook up that dressing room and made the players understood what it means to be professional. What people don't understand was that the English league used to be a league of losers, boozers and beer drinkers. The game was all about pints of beer. After the game, go and drink beer. That was why there were a lot of gamblers and alcoholics in the English game. They were not really professionals. Okay, but every league had their own, because again in Italy, I've always said that Italy, they dope the players. In Italy, the way they play back in the day, there is doping. You cannot convince me that Italian league there is no doping. No way. The way Ivan Zamorano was playing, Averi Rocoba was playing, Cambiaso, Zanetti, Nessa, Paulo Maldini, then Baresi, Montelivio, all these guys. What's that French guy? And I saw Lilian Thuram, all of those guys. You can't tell me, you can't convince me, just the same way you can't convince me that match fixing doesn't work in the Premier League. So, but again, they need to bring in a few winners who get irritated by losing. That's what you need. I remember the first 3 weeks that Harry Kane was at Bayern Munich, he realized that he had been playing for a bad club. One of the things he said, at Spurs, when they lose, they go back home, it's not a big deal. At Bayern, they won the game 2-1, and fans were angry with them. Why would they win the game 2-1? A game that they should score more, that they didn't play well. And it was shocking because at Spurs, 2-1, winning, it's fine. Away on the road, you win 2-1, it's fine. But not for the club that have appetite for winning. So they need those kind of players in that team. Number 3, you seem to know practically everything. I don't think you know. There's a lot of things. I don't know a lot of things. I don't know how algorithm work. I'm still learning it. I don't know how to dance. I don't know how to sing. My handwriting is the worst in the world. Quite a lot of things that I don't know how to do. I don't know how to draw. I'm not good at sketching and drawing, but my kids do that. There's a lot of things that I don't know how to do. I don't know how to fly plane. I don't know how to ride a bike. That's in Okada, not motorbike, not bicycle. I can ride bicycle from here to London. It's a lot of things. I mean, I learned how to ride a boat back in the day, but I don't know if I can still do it right now. There are a few things that I don't, a lot of things that I don't know, not few. There are a lot of things that I don't know how to do. It's just that the things that I'm good at, I put them forward because that's the way it is for me. Like, focus on the things you're good at and don't weep and cry about the things you don't know how to do. Number 4, I say, if Mikel Arteta don't win the Premier League, would that be failure by your standard? No, by any standard, not even just by my standard. It's not failure. First off, we have to understand that there is a big elephant in the room. That big elephant is Pep Guardiola. That's the reason why, with all the great performances of Liverpool under Jurgen Klopp, they have only one Premier League title. There's a reason why that is. For 8.5 or 9 years that it was there, if you take away the Pep equation, Jurgen Klopp would have had maybe 6 Premier League titles, okay, to his name. So when you look at him, and then the fact that he takes 6 points off teams like Manchester United and sometimes Chelsea, is the reason why Manchester United is also, because if you add 6 points from Manchester City now to Man United, you will see the position that will be on the table will be different from where they are right now. So all of those count for a lot. Having said that, I think that for Mikel Arteta, there were 2 projects. The first project was to unravel, skin the old team, the team that he inherited, pull them out. People have forgotten that all of a sudden we used to have players that were never do wells. We actually have Guendouzi as star players in the team: Torreira, Adebayo, what's he called? Aubameyang, Lucas, Lacazette. I don't forget their name. Nicolas Sanogo Pepe. These guys used to be the key players. We used to have Mustafi. We used to have Chambers. Now we're talking about Arsenal and saying best defense in the Premier League. Remind me when last Arsenal goalkeeper won the Golden Glove in the Premier League. I can't remember. Even when Arsenal went unbeaten, Lemar was not the best goalkeeper in the Premier League. So you have to look at all of that and say he's shifted the team in a different angle. Last season, the reason they didn't win the title was Man City. The reason they didn't win the title this season, they are not going to win the title this season again. If they don't win it, it's going to be Man City. The kind of incredible fun that Man City are in, but they're still within a shot of winning it. Okay, they're still within a shot. Their destiny might not be in their hand, but they're still within a shot. Unfortunately, forget about Spurs doing them a favor. Spurs is shit. Shit will always be shit. You flush them down the toilet. But I don't think I would judge him and say he's done bad. Number 5. Outside the top 4, which other team and coaches have truly impressed you this season? Top of the list will be Everton. Some of the things that have happened to them this season, for any other team, they'll just crumble. But the more they threw them, they took their point, and I think that the way they came in felt like they ambushed them, because Chelsea, Man U, Arsenal, Man City have done worse than Everton. But all of a sudden, they just chose the weak one. Well, it's always like that. The weak one on the pack is the one that everybody attacks. So I mean, that's what the lion does. That's what the tiger does. That's what everybody does. They attack the weak among the group. So it's Everton that they attack, and with all that, Everton still survive, looking like they are not going to get relegated. For me, that's great performance. Roberto De Zerbi and his team too. Right now, I think it's also impressed me so much this season. And the late rush of Chelsea, I'm surprised. I'm surprised that they are having that late rush. It's impressive. Not like I like Poch. I don't think that Poch is a great coach, but I think that the late rush is something to notice, to look at and say, okay, there's something here. Who are your childhood heroes? I really didn't have childhood heroes. I'm not one of those people who grew up with a father at home, so there are no childhood heroes for me, but I mean, you could say my mom. My mom was everything. We were not that close. Me and my mom were not that close until later part of my life, but she was the hero, because you look at her, like, I mean, well, all the things that she's gone through, she's still holding it down. I mean, you could give her credit, and then she's got a lot of wisdom, she's got vision, foresight, she says things, and then as you grow through life, you see them manifest, and you kind of like realize, okay, I think mom might be an illiterate, but there's some native intelligence that she's got that even AI cannot even teach you. So for that she was, but then again, there were a lot of other things that were my heroes, not human being, like books, like television, like radio, listening to Samuel Fufujoku, the late Felix Bagman and Novak, and then growing up, watching television a lot, those things kept me sane, because I kept telling myself that I could be better than all of these. Okay, gang life. It was like gang life. Like, growing up in Campton or Inglewood or somewhere. And, you just kind of tell yourself that, I can do better than this. And those kind of things drove me to where I am today. So, kind of like a lot of things. I'm a product of the community. I'm still benefiting from that. An entire community raised me. Society, the world, the universe raised me. And I guess that's why I'm always attached to a lot of people. Number 7 was not a question, was just to say, I would like to suggest that you do a type of just randomly pick one of the members of the viewing live audience, collect their account information, post it on the designated day, and everyone that is interested will credit the person during the show. So guys, if you're listening to this, drop a comment what you think about it. Is it something you think we should do? I mean, because it's for you guys, okay? This is not the first time we've been talking about giveaway. Now it's making a lot of sense. This suggestion is good. I remember when I said some time ago that we will take somebody's number, somebody's account details, posted there last Friday of the month, and then as the show starts, it's posted there. There's no tag. You can give the person 500, 1,000, 10,000, 1 million if you like, if you have it, and it's not going to inconvenience you. So if you guys agree, then let's those in support say aye, and those against say nay. Okay. 8, he said, if you need a judge calls you to join his backroom staff, would you join? No, I won't. But I would always give him my support. We've been talking. I mean, I'm surprised that all of a sudden, if you need a judge Finelli is a very quiet person. If you know Finelli George, I mean, we're friends with like families, not even we're like families, but we don't talk that much. And I'm surprised that since this announcement came out, we've spoken more, shared ideas, talked about some things. And I'm wondering, like, oh, does this guy really think that I'm important in the scheme of things? Because sometimes you just kind of like, you don't know. He kind of like throw up the question, the conversation, and I like, no. It's not going to work well. It's not going to go down well because everybody, oh, no wonder I was fighting against all these people because he was protecting himself. No, I don't want you to have. The job is already a poison chalice, a very difficult job on its own. Okay, you don't want to mess it up. You don't want to jinx it. You don't want to spoil it by, bringing something that will be a distraction. But I kind of like gave him my own piece of advice. Like I told him, don't put in Amokashi or Amunike or any of those your class of 94 as your backup staff. My guy, if you do, it's not doomed with that. You're doomed. You can't have an Amunike, somebody that, a lot of people suggested should be the coach. Now you're the coach, you want to have him as your assistant. You'll lose the job, you will lose. They will sabotage you. It's not because they want to, but it's a human thing. This is what I'm supposed to have. Now you now have it. You don't ever have respect. You're not calling me to come and be your assistant. If you're that good, why don't you do it? That kind of thing will happen. I saw that happen in the last World Cup qualifiers when they drafted Amunike to come and back Iguavon. I saw how petrified Iguavon was, how scared, how insecure was, and how Amunike nonchalant Amunike was. I'm not against him, but this is my experience. I saw it. Yeah, I was embedded in that team, right? So I don't want that to happen for him. I told him, don't do it. If you do I will support you. You're my big brother. I will support you, push for you. But let it be known that this job is a very, very difficult job, and don't use your own hand to sabotage yourself. Okay. Number 9, say, what would you classify as success as a YouTuber? To be very honest, where I've gotten to in terms of content that I put out on YouTube, I consider myself a successful YouTuber already, but that's like on a very, very small scale. If you want to scale up, I would consider myself, I have 3 YouTube channels. The Atlas channel that I'm part of, where my special delivery content goes on, and a few other content that I do goes on. This channel, which is like my baby, and then the Elevated TV Entertainment, which I've gone to sleep for now. I'm looking for the right people that we would partner together. We're putting content on it. I don't want to start anything that I cannot continue with anybody. For this one and the at least each of the 3 channels, I will consider a success if all of those channels are 1 million subscribers. That's 1. 2, I will consider a success if we get to the point where we are able to pay out $10,000 every month. Now, it's not necessarily all about the money, but it's about the money. Because at that point, I could now say, okay, this quarter we want to buy a car for this person. I mean, I look at my audience and there are certain people who deserve give back. Okay, and then somebody can say, okay, let's nominate this person and buy this person a car or fix this person's house or support this person's business. Then I'll consider myself a success. Like, okay, yeah, I'm really not a YouTuber who is a successful YouTuber, but I'm not there yet. I'm still working. I'm still in the process. Like, I mean, I don't make up to $200 a month, so it's not a success yet. I'm still an upcoming YouTuber. That's why I see myself. Number 10, who do you credit for all the many successes of your life from birth to now? A lot of people. My first teacher in primary school, Ellen Onokiti, Liz Kitchen, my primary 2 teacher. My teacher in primary 4, Mr. Piniki, who taught me how to read, who taught me how to be bold, who said something to me that you cannot be a goat in the jungle, you have to be a lion. If you don't want to be a lion, then be an elephant. If you don't want to be an elephant, be an eagle. But whatever it is you want to be, don't be the one that everybody pray on. I remember those words pretty fast. Like, you are a very intelligent boy, but you sometimes don't apply yourself. You're just too laid back, too timid. It taught me how to be bold, how to be confident. And my primary school headmaster, who helped in paying my school fees when my parents couldn't pay, the late Mr. Vincent Lawford. My mom, wonderful woman. My a whole lot of people, Reverend Joe Loye, the late Reverend Iti Omole and his wife, Reverend Jolie and his wife, a whole lot of people that I've come across, Tinisan, Shina Keleji, Adokia Mesimaka, Doctor, the guy that took me to Sharks, many people. So they love people, and the entire Elevator TV channel family, those guys, Bess, my sister Linda, Peter, were not the great guys, people who just make my life easy. Dr. Rotorigo, Johnny Gaffa, Bobby Kugwe, Ferdinand Ekere, yeah, my guy. What's it called? Toyosi, I can always call Ariyo, Victor Ede, Bayo. Let's a whole lot of people. My lovely wife, my friends. I've got a lot of friends, people that I can call up at any time. Dr. Shobody, so Sweden now, who's always wanting me to be great. I don't know what I did to him, but he just wants me to be great. He attended my wedding. He's a fan. He used to be a listener on Umbrella. Showed up at my wedding with his wife and his newborn baby, and since then we've been friends. And he's always wanting me to be great. Like I kind of like see you. He thinks of me bigger than I am. Those kind of guys. So those are the people, and a whole lot more names that I did not mention, but there's a whole lot. Chana Shiru, great guy. Chana Shiru always think that I am the greatest football analyst that he's seen in the world, and sometimes it blows my mind when he says this. And people that have worked under me, Emmanuel 18 for letting me be your mentor, Emmanuel Sebastian, Kosi Sojukona, George Ablu, Kalejaya Ahmed, great guy, Ibrahim Wali, Kalejai, that guy is like I don't know anybody that lawyer as he is, very lawyer. My sisters, everybody. I mean, there's a whole lot of people in that category that I would mention. There's a whole lot, but those are my people. Now let's come back to you guys. There's a whole lot of comment to do. Hey, Paulo, why you got me Havana? My guy. Okay, let's get it. Tosin, you don't use Jujuna. Always the first year. You don't remind me of Marcel when I was in Brilla. Like that guy is addicted to me. Tosin Lima say good morning, good people, good morning. First like again today. It's a wet Monday here. It's wet as well. And Tosin say I'm not surprised at Man U state at the moment. Have been shouting for whoever cares to listen. Man U problem is more than what we can see. The way the scrap went makes them look to be good. Okay, the Alawa just says Chelsea clash dash West Ham, that 5K way Arsenal have been wired before. I like that. I love that. Say good morning, boss. Good morning to you. I think Poch will stay unless they want to start another review. He said too bad that it took Poch 10 months to figure out Cucurella playing inverted fullback. No, it didn't take him 10 months. Remember the game? I think it was against Man United or who they played preseason. He played him as inverted. So I was wondering why he stopped. Because if you tried it, then that game ended 4-3. Right? And he did well. So why did you stop? And then again, the Premier League, you see a lot of teams playing that inverted fullback and he's working well. Why don't you just try it? Why did you wait till, just recently and you just discover, oh, this thing can work? Which is strange for me because I've been saying that. And that's why I judge coaches like very, very harsh. Like, guy, are you blind? Everybody's saying this thing. Why are you not seeing it? Well, thank God he finally saw it. That's all I can say. Olafa says, boss, I was having this conversation. So if by mistake Arteta wins the treble with Arsenal, have he surpassed Wenger era? Looking at it, that Graham era wasn't. Remember when Wenger did same thing he did. Obviously, if he wins the treble, it's going to be the all-time greatest Arsenal manager ever. He doesn't even need to win the treble. If he wins the Champions League, he puts Wenger to the dustbin of history. He becomes like one of the greatest guys. Yeah, we know that Wenger's statues outside the stadium. But no matter what you look at it, like I always say that Wenger was not really as successful as people claim he is. Like the investment is not commensurate to the result. Wenger won the league title every time Man United was stepping down, was trying to retune. Wenger didn't defend any title. With the kind of quality of players he's got with him, I mean, you have Dennis Beckham, you have Thierry Henry, you have the kind of players he's got should have given us now like a 3 straight Premier League title. You know, golden generation should have won the Champions League. I don't look at Wenger from the very, very successful guy. Maybe people say because I don't like him, I don't say anything good about him. But if Arteta comes in and wins the Champions League, just the champ, Trevor is asking for too much. If he wins the Champions League, is the all-time greatest Arsenal coach. Leave Arsene Wenger. Wenger was just a manipulator of people's emotion, and the fact that they sold him with lies. Like I can never get over the thought he built the stadium. Like every time I hear that thing, I get like. It's like Arsenal fans are delusionally illiterate, or I don't understand. But let's move on. The line I just say, I rather he goes to PSG. That's talking about Victor Osimhen. For me, Osimhen is still young and can move on to another big club later. I agree with you on that one as well. Collins, I'm not sure I say up Chelsea. Yes, the line I just say Salah ought to have left Liverpool since last season already, so I think he should be let go. Collins, I'm not sure I say I think if he had this same mentality against Arsenal, it would have been different. Okay, just in Liverpool, this is Liverpool would need to replace Salah to stay competitive. Not sure anybody says, given Chelsea's not so good record with strikers, do you think Osimhen would do well at Chelsea? I don't even want him to go to Chelsea. I don't even want him to go to Chelsea. Maybe later, but not now. Definitely, I don't want him to go to Chelsea. But we cannot all say that Chelsea doesn't have a good record with strikers. Nobody did well. Diego Costa did well there. So we're not going to say that they don't have a good record with strikers, because they have those players that did well there. So Jimmy Fredasabag was a good striker with them. Crespo did well at the beginning. Maybe towards the end he didn't do well. Vialli did well there as well. So it's easy to isolate the ones that didn't do well. But then there's also strikers that have done well with Chelsea. Okay. The allowance in Chelsea are having a late resurgence, but might be too late. Even me, I think so too. Too late for Poch, but then Boli looks like a poor decision maker. Well, who am I to say? You know, Shadi Boli say, why does Chelsea seem to play better without Enzo Fernandez, Casado, and Gallagher? Yeah. Have a good partnership going in midfield. Okay, so the way you wrote this thing, no command, it not confuse me, but I get what you're saying. Without Enzo Fernandez, Casado and Gallagher have a good partnership going in midfield. Enzo, I think Enzo dropped in form, big time. Dropped in form. The way he was signed, the way he played the World Cup, and then the way he started, I know it was going to be good. Just former, just put her down like that of Mikhailo Modric as well. The line was said, this Tottenham Hotspur that I have been banking on to beat Man City Legbere-ish at the most important time. Well, maybe they can surprise me. I don't think they will. Olafat says, still on the coach situation, can Xabi Alonso do what he did at Germany in the APL? Well, you guys asked that question of Pep Guardiola. He's turned the Premier League to Farmers League, so why can't he do it? Like the Premier League, is the Premier League such a big league or a tough league? I don't think it's such a tough league anyway, because if Chelsea can have such a poor form and they are not looking like they will qualify for Europe, doesn't that already tell you that the Premier League is a shitty league? Which other league in the world would a team have this kind of poor form that Chelsea have had, and then all of a sudden they are rising up to almost qualify for Europe? It's not, the league is not really as tough as people think it is. It's just the hype that make people think so. Because we've seen Ancelotti take over Everton and he couldn't qualify them for Europe. And which team can he use? First of all, Ancelotti coming to Everton was a dead team. Was dying. They had many problems behind the scene. It was like Newcastle under Mike Ashley. They have financial problem. They have administrative problem. They have, structural problem. There's a whole lot that was bad there. That was why when he signed that contract, he said, if a big club like Real Madrid comes for me, I should be allowed to leave. So I don't think that we want to use that everything as a case to judge. Claudio Ranieri won the Premier League with Leicester City. Let's not forget that one. Oluwaseyi Adebowale says if Chelsea can continue this form and get 6th position, then Chelsea should keep Poch and not disrupt the newly found formula. Then they can reevaluate him again by November, December. Tosilebade say, by the way, what is the update on Coach Finidi backroom staff? They are going to have a meeting with the NFF this week, and he's been told that he has the right to pick his backroom staff. They only suggested Amokachi Amunike and a few other guys for him, and he's already said no. But they will have a joint meeting where they will now settle down. You know that officially it's not been announced, Charles. So where he will pick his backroom staff, and then they will now officially present them, and then he would select his team. He's already picking his team, like okay, having an idea of the players he will invite for the South Africa and Benin Republic game. I mean, I'm telling you this because privileged information that I have, but we'll say this week definitely they would have that conversation. So an update that Finidi rejected the assistant nominated by the FA for the job. Yes, that's true. Olafa say finally, what is the agenda that Wenger built a stadium for Arsenal? What if the stadium wasn't built then? Would it have been built later? The problem with saying Arsene Wenger built a stadium for Arsenal was something they create a narrative around to water down his inability to win title, his bottling of titles, bottling of titles regularly, and then they changed the conversation that he was making money for the club. And I remember I used to ask the question: a club that have not sold a player for 50 million. You understand? The highest sales that Wenger did was 35 million, and you're saying he made money for the club. I don't get it. Then why would you sell Salah as a player for 80 million, 60 million, and the rest? But hey, it is what it is. People will believe anything that the white man says a whole lot. Lami Lamere says, will you be going to the Olympic place? I don't have the money now. A lot of people have been asking me this question. If I get a sponsor, yes, I would. But if I don't get a sponsor, I'm not going, because going to the Olympic, going to Paris is big money, and I don't have that money right now. And this is a lot of them say, Elegbata family, good morning. I beg with Poch, they do English player style when they want renew contract. Chelsea and Todd should sack him. He messed up the chances of the club big time. Tosilebade say no tea today. I know that somebody was going to ask that question. Mrs. Odafe asked me that if I wanted tea. I said no. I'm tired of it. I'm not a tea person. So it's forcing me to drink tea like Abi Ajebota. Wait me that one. And then when I take that tea now, I'll not struggle. I'll not be able to eat breakfast again. Tea now breakfast. Just drink water like tea now. So I'm not drinking tea anymore. I'm done. And I might still take tea. I mean, winner will always win, but today I stand my ground. Reginald, I mean, I'm enjoying it. I won't lie. Just that the questions that they're managed are Reginald be coming down. I do fine. The line I say, Man United better let Gorimapa go. You don't turn Man United to upcoming. Gorimapa, in case you don't know, is the bad head one, Eric Ten Hag. The line just says, call of nature, let there be peace. Yes, so Lawan Ilari say, boss, Domo, good morning, sir. How are you? I think this is your first time here. I'm saying this name for the very first time. I don't know if you've been here before, but I'm good with remembering the people that I've seen on my comment section. Yeah, let me say, boss, I was watching the Two Robbies podcast and Steve Nico. They say accordingly to football rules, Harvard penalty was a right call. There was an stretched leg, there was a contact. It's a soft one, a very soft one. Some referees will not give it. I mean, is that not what they didn't give to Bukayo Saka against Manenoa? Some referees will not give it. It doesn't mean that they are right. Some referees will give it. There was contact. Okay, so the question I always ask is, if that happened in the center of the field, would that not be a foul? Be a foul. So it is. Longway say, Man, you will finish below Chelsea, but I still believe Chelsea won't get Europe. Lord Mayor say that AC Milan defense need upgrade. They mess up. Okay, Demola Ibrahim say Chelsea can qualify because the teams above them are not doing well, and Chelsea are in good form now. It's possible. Man, you are counting on winning the FA Cup. and they are looking like even if you don't win the FA Cup, you might still qualify. So that's what they are banking on. But it's Man City that you want to play against. Man City have not been guaranteed winners of the league. Until they win the league, they are not guaranteed. So Olafat says, speaking about point deduction, I posted something about the Eredivisie yesterday that Vitesse had 2 points in 32 games, and someone sent me a link of donation that the club had 18 points deducted, and the fans are trying to fund the club to help it go back in shape. I was wondering, can that happen in Nigeria? The thing is, we don't have fans. Like, we don't really have fans in Nigeria. We have people who are thugs of club chairmen and club owners who hang around, so it's different. In Europe, there are fans. Take, for instance, there's a club that is 113 years old in England, whose fans have used YouTube to boost them up. A YouTuber bought into the club and they created, I've forgotten the name of the club, but I think I have it saved up to somewhere, so you guys can even go look it up and see. Oh God, when you want to oh God, where did I put this thing? Okay, I think I've seen it. Okay, so there is a club in England. They've been in the lower league. The article meets the 8th tier club hoping to become the next Wrexham, and why their 100,000 followers can't get enough of their soap opera. So the club, it was probably mid-October when a friend with a good understanding of the rhythms of non-league football first mentioned Fenham Town. So go search Fenham Town and you would see the story. If you have my number, chat me on WhatsApp. I would send you the link to this story, so you would understand it very well. But Daily Mail these days, I mean, almost every newspaper now, almost every news website now, you have to subscribe to be able to read stories like this. So I'm a subscriber. I pay for this to be able to read these articles because they are very, very educational and they are good for the kind of work that we do. My point here is that, meanwhile, thank you very much, DJ Lavuma, for the gift of thank you. The thing is, clubs abroad are so structurally organized with their fans and all that, and so it makes it easy for that to happen. But over here, we've still not got into that place. I mean, look at a club, a private club, not even government club, a private club is building a stadium. Their chairman comes out and tells the whole world that the stadium is 90% ready. Nobody has seen the stadium. No picture of the stadium is out there. Nothing. People have not even started getting sensitized about, oh, the stadium is built here. This is the access area. This is where the toilet will be. This is where the... And then some people, when you ask questions, some people even have the audacity, the temerity to tell me that I am witch hunting, that I'm asking too many questions. What do I stand to gain by trying to embarrass Sporting Lagos and its chairman and its owners? You see, so the difference is much. We can't even have that kind of fans here because our fans here, again, we have too many eye service driven people who think like slaves, who don't have sense. So to get to this level where you become selfless, where you put the club interest ahead of yourself, is very, very far. The last I say, honestly, Arteta has really done well, but if this season goes and he doesn't win the Premier League, then I think I might be seeing him as a pathfinder who will show the way for another to come in. And no, I will not say that. I mean, the worst thing Arsenal can do right now is sack Arteta. If you sack Arteta right now, that's like the worst thing you would ever do right now. So I don't even see that happening. Okay, Edition of Master, I support. Demola Abiodun Ibrahim say that's a good idea. That's the idea of doing the giveaway once in a month. Finance professional say, hi Legbete, what do you think about the Victor guy from Brazil playing for Barca. Is the guy good enough for Barcelona, or Xavi isn't giving him enough playing time? So he's a good player, right? But you see, when a club is not doing too well, almost everybody in that team is bad. When a team is doing very well, Man City is a good example. Doku is an average player. The other guy with the calf, what's his name? Grealish, average player. But because the team is winning, is doing well, you kind of like see them as like big players. So that's the way it is. It's like Pedro back in the day. Pedro in that Barcelona team that was winning everything. Pedro is, apart from running like Nkapi, like long match rat, not really an excellent player that you want to remember. Let me give you a good example. There's a player that the world cannot forget. People who watch him will always remember him, N'Golo Kante. There's no flair to his game, but I don't think there's anybody who have the ability to recover the ball consistently like N'Golo Kante. There's nobody who stops the opposition without committing unnecessary foul, picking up cards, injuring people like N'Golo Kante, right? So, but I don't think you would remember Pedro like, oh, there's this one moment. Even Ramirez, as average as he looked, you would remember him for a lot of things. The back channel running, the pass from Lampard, the chipping against Barcelona, the many times, he did this or he did that, Makalele, John Mikel Obi. But I don't think you remember Pedro. So in a good team, every average player is good. In a bad team, every good player is average. And that's the way it is. Look at Lewandowski at Bayern and the same Lewandowski at FC Barcelona. So the team is bad right now. There's not a player that looks good, in the eyes. So I'm not blaming Xavi. It's just that when your team is bad, sometimes almost every tactics is not working well. If Pep Guardiola have not been serially successful, the way they lost to Real Madrid should have, raised an eyebrow like inquest. What kind of players are? And then this Madrid is not fantastic. Why not? Why can't you beat them? But again, everybody just kept quiet because they've been very, very successful. What are you going to even complain about it? So it's Victor is playing in the very barely average team. You travel all the way from South America to Spain to Europe. You need some time to settle in and acclimatize. Not everybody is Ronaldinho, and even Ronaldinho took time to settle in France before coming into Barcelona. Where did I stop? Paul, I know say Tosilima says Spurs is now showing what they are made of. Looks like they are missing Kane. Nah, Postecoglou, IGG don't finish. Demola Abedi Brian say United injury is not helping the coach. I agree with you on that one. Jerry Sampson say nice one, bros. Thank you very much. Demola Abedi Brian says Gracie is good, but it's also another injury player. That's my worry. Arsenal letting injury prone Jesus go and get another injury player. It's not a good player. Demola Abedi say it's not a good thing. Okay. Rajima should say, why was the NFF in a rush to announce unity when all agreements have not been concluded? I hope it will be unveiled properly and also allow the media ask questions. The media asking questions, what does that really mean in your context? Media can ask questions. Any media who cannot find a way to assess the coach of the Super Eagles does not know their job. That's the way I see it. The team is going to camp in Uyo next month. Go to Uyo. If you can't go to Uyo, travel to Cote d'Ivoire when they play against Benin Republic. Call him. His number is out there. Don't forget that the entire Nigerian media all cover the Nigerian league. They know Finidi George from Eyiba. So it's impossible for them not to be able to. Look at Slot. A journalist from England traveled to Holland and stayed one whole week just to get an interview on Slots. So sometimes, and when I say this, people say that you are making the job difficult. No, I'm not making the job difficult. It affects me too. It affects me as well. I wanted to interview Amokachi. I paid him $3,000. Amokachi. Same for Terrible West. Sometimes it's going to be like that. Okay. The point I'm raising is, I don't want people to think that the NFF is supposed to arrange one kind of press party where everybody comes. Even if NFF arrange a press party, and some people in Lagos will tell you, why did they put it in Abuja when they know that we cannot reach him? So if you want to interview Finidi George, go and interview him. That is as simple as that. If you don't know your job, then forget about it. I remember this coach that was fired from MFM. From Sporting Lagos, Coach Ofo. We're doing around the MPFL. We spoke to him. He said, okay, yes, we can come. My producer went to where he said they should meet for interview on 3 different occasions. He did show up. And I called him out on Twitter, and then he apologized, and then he did the interview. My point here is, if you know who you are, you know how powerful you are as a media, you can assess any coach, especially within your country. It's your job to get it done. It's not the NFL job to get an interview done for you. No, it's not. So, Raji, please get those things right. The agreements have been done. What they did with that announcement is to put Nigerians at rest. And look, we're not looking for another coach. Finidi George is our man. All the other arrangement, Slot and Liverpool have agreed on something. All the other arrangement will be done as they go. So that's where they are. Sometimes let's not be just too quick to judge the NFF. I'm not saying they are perfect, but some things should just go. And then again, this whole idea of, I see some people do compare. See how Ghana unveil their coach, see how Nigeria is. Do you want one more like Ghana? Maybe Madagascar and Comoros, they beat us. Is that the standard? And then, since when we don't unveil coaches for national team? When England signed Southgate, how they tell unveil? I'm a club, the national team. You can just hear that your coach, they signed up, they applied the coach. Move on. No big deal. Raji Moshu said, would it be nice if you set up a GoFundMe for the crew to get to the Olympics? We love your African Games update. I just wish corporate brands would be able to come. First off, GoFundMe doesn't work for Nigeria. If you set a GoFundMe, I remember when I wanted to do the legend interviews and people said I should set up a GoFundMe. I tried. They say it's not allowed in Nigeria because of government policy, so it didn't work. We didn't do it. I wanted to interview all the legends, Shego Degba, me, like that, but I know I didn't have the money to fund it, and it didn't work. Even going to the All African Games, before the All African Games, I wanted to do GoFundMe for AFCON. They set up, it didn't work, so I just didn't bother. Oluwaseyi Adebowale says, report alleged that Man City have issued cease and desist letter to YouTubers to stop talking about their 115 charges. Margot Bridge in particular have been threatened legally. Yeah, because I think they have the right to do that. The charges have not been proven, but the way people talk about it demeans the club, because every time they want to talk about it is, Man City breached 115 rules. But the thing is, these same rules were taken up by UEFA. They went to court of arbitration for Spurs and they were found not to be guilty. So, I don't know where the charges are coming from. And then again, these charges were raised by the Premier League long before Everton. You have sanctioned Everton, you have still not sanctioned Man City. So where do we really stand on that? That's why, if you notice, I don't talk about it. Because again, yes, we want to be sensational, we want to be excited, we want to talk about things that would give people, give you more views, but be very honest and play by the rules. And I don't think that a lot of people were playing by the rules. The way they go about it, it was like, you know how everybody jumped on Messi, he's a rapist, but then it's not a rapist. The same way the Man City defender, that everybody said, he's a rapist. Well, he was discharged and acquitted. So the court of public opinion likes to make people guilty because it gives you that kind of like sensationalness and make you get more views, more engagement. I don't want to take light to get traction. Fatutu Abedu says in Nigeria we have mentality of running public organizations like a family business. If the Sporting Lagos once set standard as they claim, giving information about the club major activities is a must. I said it and people said I am looking for trouble. I don't understand where I'm looking for trouble. This is a business you want everybody. You play at Onikon Stadium or Mobolaji Johnson Arena in the middle of over 5 million people. Lagos Island alone have over 5 million people. You could not get 5,000 people to feed the stadium. You're building a stadium. You said the stadium is 90% complete. Meanwhile, in this same football ecosystem, global football ecosystem, before stadiums are built, some people don't show you the 3D. You remember when Qatar won't build stadium? They never even break ground. They don't show us all the 3D animation, everything. See the line. in Saudi Arabia. For the past 5 years, I've seen videos, I've looked at it, and even in my head, I'm living in the place already, like visiting the place already. Imagine how it like before the Burj Khalifa was built. We already know how it works and everything, the animation and everything is there. So you're building a modular stadium that can be packed up and you move to another place. You're not even telling anybody anything. That stadium, where will the toilet be? How does it work? I mean, you have an opportunity of having a waterfront stadium. Tell people a lot of facilities, a lot of things, activities that will go on around in and around the stadium. Now is your time to sell it. And then somebody is bold enough to ask the question. And I was asking that day from a concerned perspective that now that they are having this coastal road, is it going to affect the stadium? And then some people took it personal, like I'm trying to run there now. So even in my DM, threatening me. I was like, look at these people. DSS threatening me, no work now. See. But one, I tell her, say you when they write this thing to me, so say you be director for Sporting League. If you meet one-on-one, I'm not gonna beat you die. More than honest, if you meet one-on-one, say blow. I'm not scatter your jaw with blow. You just social media, you just remember. Like I say, I even saw them. We are on a stadium day. I mean, this road where they do so don't scatter the stadium. When I talk 1 year ago, say it's 90% ready. Stadium where they never even lay anything. Now say 90% ready. Not even 90% ready. Hello, say, could Arteta just be another nearly man? Ranieri was the nearly man at Chelsea before Jose came and won the league. Rodgers was the nearly man at Liverpool, then Klopp came and delivered. No, they're not the same. Ranieri was not a nearly man at Chelsea. Ranieri was part of the rebuild that took Chelsea to where Mourinho was able to take. If Mourinho came in when Ranieri when he first bought Chelsea, he wouldn't have won it. So many players have to give the structure. So a base have to be set. When Rodgers also was at Liverpool, I wouldn't want to say he's a nearly man. He did the best he could do with the resources he's got. That's why when Klopp also came in the first season, where did he end? 8th position. So there is no come in and perform magic. He started changing players. Benteke was taken away, a lot of players were taken away, and then he built the team with his own players. Remember, there was Henry and Co., then FSG. Certain funding started coming. People say, he didn't spend money. No, he spent money. Let's not deceive ourselves. He spent money. The same way Ranieri went to Leicester, after Leicester spent some money and fired other coaches, and he went there, and at that time, the business was already set for him to be successful. It was easy. So when you look at Arteta coming to Arsenal, he had 2.5 seasons to dislodge players, restructure the salary structure of the team, and then build this team. Then after that 2.5 seasons, now in the remaining 2 seasons that he's got, he's taking them from outside of the Champions League to playing in the Champions League. Again, you can't say that's a nearly thing. You're competing against the powers of Man City. Come on, let's be honest. You don't call somebody nearly when they're competing against Man City. Last season they blew it. I agree. But this season, they've corrected a few things. They brought in Declan Rice, Kai Havertz, who I was against, but somehow he's turned around. He's become one of the best signings that they've made. I mean, I hardly get them wrong, but I was completely wrong about him. And it's done well. Again, let's see what he does next season. This season have not ended anyway. Man City have not won the league title. So let's be very, very fair. And Liverpool that was running ahead of him before, now look at where Liverpool is, look at where he is. I won't call him a nearly man. The circumstances are different. It's easy to group people in the same box. I don't even call Ranieri at Chelsea a nearly man. I know that Arsenal team, I know that Chelsea team. Chelsea were never near the title. It was a 2-horse race between Man. It was a 1-horse race with Arsenal being the spare tire. It was a Man United Sir Alex Ferguson business, and then Arsenal was just a spare. Anytime they get to like Lokoja or Red, they want to change, they will not bring in. Then Ranieri made Chelsea become a competing team. Chelsea were they're 6 weeks away from being going into administration. how do you call a coach of that magnitude in nearly man? Arsenal beat Chelsea home and away for 10 years. Even Chelsea were 2 goals up at home. Arsenal come, Chicago score a hat-trick. Ranieri came in and broke that in. It wasn't Jose Mourinho. It was Ranieri. That game, that 2-1 game where they knocked Arsenal out of the Champions League, where Graham Lesos scored a heartbreaking goal and then they won on a goal. Okay? That's when the whole table turned. And man, you could look at Jose Mourinho and say, with all the resources you had at Chelsea, you didn't win them the Champions League. But nobody ever mentioned that, oh, he won them the title in 50 years, blah, 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 blah. No, I wouldn't use nearly to judge Ranieri's time at Chelsea. He did his best, his level best, and it was good enough. I mean, you could say it differently, but that's what I say. Adilama says, see, Sterling, he left Man City, see him in Chelsea. Henry Murray say, life of a Tottenham Hotspur fan like that of Sabigal. Sabigal de Patakot, the shop from Mama, please. Arola Yodeji says, when pertinent questions are asked, eyebrows are raised. Sporting Lagos and others should take note that accountability is essential for growth. I don't know for them all. Fatoto Abeli say, I can give Poch 1.5 half season more. i.e. till January 2025, provided 1, Chelsea qualifies for Europe this season. 2, Chelsea make a deal with TT not to sign for any club till January 2025. TT is Thomas Tuchel, Abi, if I'm not mistaken, where Chelsea will have option of first right of refusal. I don't know if TT is Thomas Tuchel. Henry Morris said, bro, Sporting Lagos Stadium is not for eyes to come. It's meant for happy hour crew. Okay. For fans to come. It's meant for happy hour crew. Sorry. I want to read that. Say Chelsea pick form for end of season. Yeah, club. Toseli Omade says, big hugs to Sabi girl at these trying times. They continue to try. Their trying times will continue. So you go squeeze until our breast go bust. Well, this is where we draw the curtain on the show today. Thank you very much, everyone, for being on it. So the eyes have it. We would pick somebody randomly. That I would do. Randomly pick somebody. And you know that idea of, oh, this person get money. No, it could be anybody. So if you reach your turn, you benefit from them. If it be change, if you see take the money again, that's another person. There's always somebody to do giveaway for. If you not like go and give charity, right? So from now on, every last Friday of the month, if I reach out to you, so before I don't have the numbers of everybody here, but I could just pick up anyone and I would say send me your bank details in my DM, and then I'll post it here. So on that last Friday, we would all, be sending money to that account, whatever it is. Some days you might be lucky to get 10,000 naira. Some days you might be lucky to get 5,000 naira. Some days you might be lucky to get way more. Whatever it is, it's not sizing. It's not a sign of show off, but it's just what the house have agreed based off original suggestion. So thank you very much, everybody, for being part of the show. Thank you once again, Edijala Foma. May you never run dry out of resources. And thank you, Areturego, for supplying us fuel to run the show today. God bless everybody that has been part of the show. I've had a good time, 1 hour 20 minutes of the show. I've enjoyed every bit of it. My name once again is Idafi Matches. You love to come in a little bit on the spots. Have a wonderful day and a wonderful week ahead. My name Mike, I say good morning, everyone. You came in very, very late, and it's time for us to go. Bye bye, and have yourself a great week ahead.
Hello, everybody. What's up, people? My name is Timmy Dakolo, and you're listening to Elegbete TV.